welcome to WUMP.2. Alright, this game is the spiritual successor to Hunt the Wumpus, a basic program written in 1973 by Gregory Yob. The premise is quite similar to the original. I've added 3 additional levels and some additional elements to the code. I'll be talking about the code at the end of the video, as it is a framework that can be reused. And without any further ado, let's get into the gameplay. Okay, we're being prompted to choose either play the level 0, print the instructions, or quit the game. Quick overview of the instructions, I'm not going to read them, but the premise, as I said, comes from Hunt the Wumpus. There are hazards in the cave. The cave's got 20 rooms, and yeah, the hazards. There are bottomless pits. If you fall in one, you die. There are also super bats. If they pick you up, they'll put you into a random room. The enemies are different in this game in that there's a unique enemy for each of the 4 levels. All 3 of the above enemies, bats, and pits are warned to the user, so when you're getting near one of those 3 things, you'll see a warning on the screen. And of course it's turn-based, so you can move, attack, or quit 1 move at a time through the level. Alright, let's try the first level. You get the basic menu each time telling you you're in a certain room. You start in 0, tunnels leading to 1, 4, and 7. The rooms are not linear. They follow the map of a flattened dodecahedron, with each node getting a number. I wasn't given any warnings here in room 0, so I'll go ahead and move. We'll try room 7. Oh, now I see bats are nearby. So let's go ahead and move again. Bats probably won't hurt me this time. I went to room 8. I did not find bats, but now in 8 I hear some tap tap coming towards me and feel a draft. So there's an enemy and a pit, and they are in either 7, 9, or 17. So I don't have the weapon yet. I don't want to try and attack the enemy. I'm going to move back. So we'll move back to 7. We know there's no harm in 7. And then instead of going to 8, we'll go down to 6. Oh, there's the bat. He moved me into room 4. Go ahead and try room 5. Nothing in 5. Back to 4. Back to 3. Back to 2. More bats. Back to 1. There must be a pit in room 9. But we didn't see anything between 4 and 0. We'll go ahead and go back. We'll try room 8. Yep, this is where the enemy is. So we'll go ahead and try either the pit or the spider. Let's see what's in 17. Oh, the spider. And it has killed me. So, making note, the spider is in 17. I can play the same level again, and that spider will still be in 17. The pit seemingly would be in level 9, or in room 9. Yeah, spider in room 17. We need to find the weapon. So let's try and see if we can get there a different way. Move into 4, move into 5. Bats are nearby, but let's move into 14. And it's all clear. Let's try 13. Bats are nearby. Move to 14 again. Now let's try 15. There's a pit nearby. This is a tough one. Move to 16. Oh, fell in a pit. Alright. Not doing so well. Okay, let's try again. Go through the higher rooms. So 7. Move to 8. Yep. We have the spider in the draft in 9 or 17. The spider is in 17, as we remember. Move back down to 8. No. Let's see. Move back down to 7. And then over to 6. There's our bat again. Ooh, he put us back in 8. Let's go back down to 7 and back down to 6. So the bat is no longer in that room. We're fine, but there is a draft. And that is probably coming from 16. Yep, so we don't want to go to 16. Let's move back down to 5. All clear. 4, all clear. Maybe we'll go back to 5 and then up to 14. All clear. 13. Bats are nearby. Oh, bats are in 12. Now we're back in 14. Okay, back to 13 and 12 and 11. Not much going on in these rooms. 10. Nope. Bats and a draft. Oh, we can try 18. Ooh, found the arrows. Alright. Now we have the bow and the arrows. So we need to get back to 17. We already ran into the spider in 17. We are in a neighboring room. We're in 18. So we can try and attack him in room 17. And we got him. Alright. Shlachang thump. Good shot. I killed the spider. Press 0 to return to game menu. Okay, so that's the first level. There are 3 more. The weapons and the enemies vary per level. And it's only on the last level where you get to the Wumpus. And prior to the Wumpus, in level 2, is the snake that you fight with a spade, also known as a shovel. You'll know what to do with it. In level, the 3rd level, there is the frost mage, which you have to fight with a club. And then the last level, little variation on the original. Of course, it's the Wumpus as the boss, but you find a sword and fight the Wumpus with the sword. Alright, we're going to save the spoilers for levels 2 and 3 for you to try out on your own with the code or the executable as found from the GitHub page. You'll find the link in the description below. And we'll do a walkthrough of the 4th level with the Wumpus. We're starting in 0, all clear, 1, 4, and 7. Let's go ahead and move into 1. Still, well, bats are nearby. We can risk it. Oh, found the bats in room 2. They put us into 11. Let's try... Oh, and there's a draft in 11. Ooh, that's tough. Let's go back to 2. All clear. Okay, 3 all clear. Let's try 4. Alright, got the sword. Now we can go hunt the Wumpus. 5 all clear. 6, there is a draft. So 7 or 16 has a pit. Don't really want to risk it with a pit. Let's go back down to 5. We can try 14. Bats are nearby to 14. Let's go back to 5. Go back to 4. No. Let's go back to 5 and then back to 14. We'll take the chance with the bats. Oh, they got me. Put me into room 8. Alright, step up to 9. All clear. 10. Okay. Now, I smell a horrid stench, so the Wumpus is nearby in either 11 or 18. Let's give it a go. We're going to attack. Let's try 11. Nope, I missed him, startled him, and he ran away. Okay, well, he wasn't in 11. If he was in 18, we'll go in there. Now he could be in 17 or 19, because I smell him again. Let's try an attack into 17. Got him. Alright. Killed the Wumpus. Returned to the menu. Found the gold. Won the game. Okay. Next, let's look at the code. Okay, the code for Hunt the Wumpus here, my WUMP.2 version. The unique things that I've added and help create the extensible framework. Debug mode. As you're developing, you can cheat your way through and test various scenarios. The ASCII graphics are just done with flat text files. Super easy, if you can even call them graphics, but it's a lot of fun. To give a shout out to the websites I use to create these, ASCIIart.eu. You can just upload an image and then have it generate ASCII art with various different formats. And then this tool, I'll probably mispronounce it, but patorjk.com lets you convert basic text into stylized text with a whole bunch of different fonts. They've done a great job finding all these awesome fonts. So those are fun tools. I'm sure there are more to help create your text graphics, ASCII art. And back in C++, number of different classes. First being the enemy. Basically, all these are reusable such that you can have custom versions. In the game there are the 4 different enemy types, and they're just different instantiations of the enemy class with custom text and calls to printing out their specific graphics. So that's what you'd expect from object-oriented programming. Skipping down, same idea for weapon. Different characteristics of the weapon. As you saw in the first level, you had to find the arrows before you could use the bow, and you only have so many arrows. So there's the idea of having a quantity, or in this case so many arrows in your quiver, probability to hit the enemy, etc. Hazards. This version doesn't actually make use of different hazards. There are only pits in this version, so you can feel a draft and then fall in a pit, as we saw. But these are designed where you can have a different message and a different kill sequence, I call it, where you would see an image like of the bottomless pit before falling into it, or you can have different messages and images basically there. Relocator, these are just bats in my version. Similarly, you have specific text, the warning messages for being close to the bats. If they save you from a pit, there's a message for that. Or if they move you, they relocate you, there's a custom message for that. Images, similarly, they have a sequence, a relocate sequence. So that's all pretty straightforward. I won't get into too much details with the level. These are somewhat more proprietary for WUMP.2 here. The cool parts that could be certainly reused in their own framework. The room setup, where this is the dodecahedron with the 20 rooms. That's pretty cool and fun. You could certainly create a different room structure with the same type of approach. The results of the level, they're set up where you can climb down or climb up, win the game, die, or just kill the enemy, which is to say beat the level. So some extensibility there. That one goes on for a fair while. It's a larger class. Not much else to say. It's kind of what you'd expect going through levels. Then lastly, we have the game class. Similarly, as you'd likely expect, it'll let you create a dynamic number of levels, keeps track of your current level. It has some instructions, which we take a look at in the first step of our videos. Walks through the levels. You can play a certain level, you can see the instructions or quit the game, and then there's a menu for the level where you can move, attack, or quit. And if you make a choice in the level, you could choose to quit the level, and then you also have to quit the game. Otherwise, there's that hierarchy of menus. And that's the cool stuff. I really enjoyed extending what I found for the old Wumpus world and turning it into WUMP.2. A bunch of images, I'll put those in on the GitHub, and they're super easy to make. It's really simple to add levels with this framework. I think if you extend the framework itself, you could find ways to create a whole new premise for a game and come up with a bunch of levels, adding them in and adding more art, different enemies, weapons, hazards, and relocators, as they are bats or other things, teleporters, secret levels, lots of cool stuff that could be had. So, hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.